Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bullhour5 show. Today's April 1st of 2009, and welcome to my Wednesday night show. Today's we're going to talk about the General Motors bailout. It has got me pretty much fired up over that, and I encourage anybody that has the same opinion or different opinions to email me. Now, before we get the show really underway, I just want to tell you that I know some of you people out there, it's been kind of hard to find the show. I'm having difficulties transferring it over to news and politics. So what I'd like for you to do is just from now on punch under Bullhour5 and the show will come up with previous past shows. So let's move on because I'm going to have this show in two segments. I'm going to have an A and B show. So as soon as I'm done with this show, I'm going to move it over to the I'll tape another one right behind it as a B show because we got a lot to talk about, and I want to talk about these General Motors bailouts. And I want your opinion on them. Now, to me, I was against the General Motors Chrysler bailouts in the very beginning. I was totally against it. Why should our tax dollars, when you think about it, when you really think about it, why should our tax dollars go to bail out a company? So basically what you're doing is you're giving the company money, and then you got to turn around and buy their product. So not only are you paying for them to operate, you're also buying their product. So you talk about double dipping. Nice. I wish I was General Motors. So it's like going to some place, giving them money to be able to buy their product. It doesn't make sense to me. And why should we bail out the company? I'm so sick of hearing too big to fail, too big to fail. Now, what it is if they file bankruptcy, like Mitt Romney said, he thinks they should go into bankruptcy, restructure, and come out a bigger, stronger, leaner company, which I agree. And before the bailouts started, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, quite a lengthy conversation. He agrees with me. I told him in the very beginning what's going to happen is we're going to bail them out, and they're going to turn around, and the unions and the auto workers, they're not going to give nothing. They're not going to give up nothing. They don't want to give up nothing. Why should we bail them out if they don't want to give up anything? Well, come to find out, I guess they gave up a little bit. But I was watching the news yesterday, and I watched Fox News, CNN, ABC. I flipped through all the channels so I can try to get a broad perspective of the conversation. I don't want just one side. I don't want just CNN's side of the story. I don't want just Fox News side of the story. So I was watching them all, and I was watching CNN, and while I was watching it, they were interviewing an auto worker, and he says that they're not going to give up one more dime. We're not going to give up one more dime. And basically what it come down to is, like the reporter said, well, what happens if General Motors goes under? Well, I guess we all go under together. We'll see how he feels if General Motors goes down under, and 6 months down the road he don't have anything. I think they should file bankruptcy. I think they should go into restructure. Get a leaner, meaner, and come out as a stronger company. I mean, their cars are fine. They build a good product. But like I said before in some of my previous shows, they're building basically a car that the common man, you and I, the common man in America and common woman, just basically just can't afford anymore. We just can't afford it. It's not that we don't want to buy them. It's not that we don't like the product. We got to the point where we just can't afford them anymore. I mean, and that's why they come out with this creative financing. I talked before on that. The creative financing. Now we're going to do this. Now it's bucks for junk or cash for clunkers or something. I mean, how stupid can it be? The government's going to give you and me, Joe Blow taxpayer, X amount of dollars to get rid of our car and buy something that's leaner, meaner, and more efficiency. Well, it comes to find out that some people just can't run around in them kidney killers. I mean, you take a family of 3 or 4, I mean, they're going to run around in these kidney crunchers? I don't think so. What happens for the person who wants to pull a travel trailer? Is he going to pull it with some kind of little dinky 4-cylinder SUV? Come on. Can you just see me tooling down the highway, pulling a 20-foot travel trailer with a hybrid, battery-operated piece of shit? I don't know. I don't know where the world's coming to. I'm just fed up with these bailouts. you and me, Joe Blow taxpayer, we have to be responsible for our spending. I don't understand it. And this, the thing that really scares me, the most. Oh, that water's good. You can tell I'm kind of fired up today. The thing that I better just kind of pull my horns in a little bit. The thing that really scares me the most is who in God's creation does the government think they are? Well, if we give you X amount of dollars, we're gonna tell you how to run your company, tell you who to fire, who to hire. I mean, sure, Wagner should have went, but the stockholders should have got rid of him. That's who should have sat down at the board tables and said, look, you got to go. That should have happened a couple of years ago. I mean, is he the worst CEO that General Motors ever had? No, I don't think so. Years ago, if any of you remember, there was a guy by the name of Smith that used to run General Motors. And as far as I can remember, and as far as I know with the knowledge that I have in front of me, I think he was probably the worst CEO General Motors ever had. I mean, that guy was a bozo. That's back in the 70s and the 80s when they were building junk. But it's just scary. I mean, here a few months ago, Henry Paulson just gave banks money and just said, here. Now all of a sudden they're trying to make an example of General Motors. I think that's unfair for General Motors. I mean, to be honest, I think that's very unfair. I don't think that they should dictate who wants. Either loan the money or you don't. Simple as that. And if I was General Motors, I wouldn't have took the money. I'd have said, look, we're going to file bankruptcy and we're going to restructure and come out a meaner, leaner, better auto company. I mean, it's a known fact that there's a lot of fat, but there's a lot of trimming they could do. And the thing of it is, when are the government, our politicians, General Motors, going to wake up and learn that it doesn't matter if they get leaner and meaner and build a better product, a more fuel-efficient product? When are the politicians in Washington going to wake up and realize that if you don't have a job, it doesn't matter. You can't buy a car. That's what I don't understand. You've got to have a job first to buy a car. So, I mean, let them do the math. And the joke of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the joke of the day on the Bullhour 5 show is going to be, I get a kick out of this. Who are our politicians to sit up there in Washington and tell us that they know how to run anything? You talk about the most, Republicans or Democrats, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You tell me who wastes more money in our society than the politicians. It's a joke. I mean, some of it just wants to make me laugh. But I want your opinions on it. I dare you to send me emails on your opinion. I have no emails. I didn't get any emails from the last shows, and I'm getting a few viewers. So this show's taken off slow, but I think a lot of it is because I need to get it out there to where everybody can get online. But you people that do watch it, I'm telling you, if you have any guts, tell your friends to watch this show. Send the emails in. I'm challenging you. But remember, it's going to be under the Bullhour 5 show. Just type in Bullhour 5 and I'll pop up. My ugly face will pop up. But this show isn't going to stop. It's going to keep going, and it's going to get more and more viewers, and it's going to be very popular. It's like anything else. It takes time to take off. But I just don't understand the General Motors. Chrysler, I'm sorry, I forgot about Chrysler. I don't understand about these bailouts. So we're going to talk more about bailouts and General Motors and Chrysler on segment 2, which will be following this show. As soon as I'm done with this show, I'm going to go to part 2 because, like I said, I can only go 9 minutes. So we're gonna wrap down this show today and go to segment 2, and we'll talk more about bailouts. And I'm very disgusted with it. Where's it end? Where's it stop? I don't understand it. That's the viciousness of capitalism, which I love. Is if you're good, you make it. If you don't, you fail. So I'd like to thank you all for joining in today, and keep sending the emails. And like I said, I'm Bill Kennedy, and this is the Bullhour 5 show. And I'm going to sign off now and go to segment 2, which will be aired right back to back. You call it a commercial, whatever you want to call it. But remember, the sun shines, the grass is green, and we all can breathe. So I want you to be kind and be safe to our fellow man. All right? Thank you.